And we're live. Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another episode. So my guest, I guess forgot or is not here yet. So they may show up here in a little bit, but we're already 10 minutes late. So I wanted to give them enough time to join. Because they did not join, I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions, talk to you guys a little bit about clinical research, all that good stuff that we normally do in these lives. Anyway, so we'll see how long we go. We'll see how many people end up joining the live, and we'll kind of go from there. So far we got 0 people in the building. We got 1 person in the building tonight so far. Thank you, whoever you are. So if you missed that, basically my guest is not here yet. I'm not sure if they have forgotten or what, but so we have 2 people in the live now. So my guest is not here yet. He is not confirmed yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and start talking. Classy Dime says hello. Thank you, Classy Dime. How are you doing? Classy Dime, are you already in clinical research, or are you looking to get a job in clinical research, or what? Can you comment on that? While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the resume review program. So prices did go up, just like about everything else. Gas prices done went up, food prices went up, everything's gone up. Cost of lumber has gone up, rent's gone up, interest rates have gone up. So obviously I had to raise my prices as well. Resume review program has gone up. May do a sale at some point. So if you're interested in that, stick around and wait for me to post about that. I'll probably release it in one of these lives or something and give you guys something special to the people that actually show up to these lives. So I'll probably do that. So anyway, we got the resume review program. That is for people looking to improve their resume in clinical research. Let's say you're unsure, if your resume is any good. You're looking to kind of re-enter the workforce or kind of get your start in clinical research. That program is definitely for you. Or you're just looking to improve your resume and have someone else look at it. That program is for you. Anyone from a CRC, a CTA, a CRA, a project manager, anybody in the field can definitely have their resume reviewed. So don't think, you can't get it. You can't get a resume review. So I've got a few different packages there, all very, very, very affordable. So definitely look out for that. You can email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com if you're interested in that. We've also got interview preparation, which is very, very good. You can actually get that with your resume review, and that's probably the most economical way to do that. But interview preparation is good as well. 30 minutes or 60 minutes is typically how long we go, or 45 minutes. I've done that as well. And then what do we got? Career consultation. So if you have questions about the industry, how to get in the industry, how to go down a certain path within the industry, that is something that is for you as well. So career consultation, resume review, and interview prep. And then I've recently added, probably 2 or 3 months ago, salary negotiation. And I'm very excited about that because that is actually free to you if you sign up for that. Because if I do not increase your salary at all by working with me, you get a full refund. Every single penny you will get back. So that's awesome. And you guys should definitely be interested in that if you're looking to definitely make more money than you normally would in clinical research. So salary negotiation is definitely something that's important. That's important. Okay, so Classy Dime says she is in clinical research and she is a CRC. All right, Classy Dime, how long have you been a CRC? And do you have any questions? So, let me put my banner down. Drop your questions in the chat. So CRC is, I have never been a CRC actually, but I believe that CRCs probably make the best CRAs just because they've been a CRC before and they know what to expect. It's kind of like the yin and the yang. CRCs and CRAs work very, very closely together. So I feel like CRCs definitely make really, really good CRAs. But that's not the only way to be a CRA. There's definitely other ways too. Let's see, guys, drop your questions. I was supposed to have a special guest tonight. He is late / he may have forgotten. So we'll see if he shows up. If not, we'll reschedule him for another time. And I'm obviously going to change the title of this broadcast to something else. Because we're not going to be talking about being a CRA at CROs tonight. That is his expertise, not mine. So, I mean, I know of it because I've worked for CROs before, but that is something he is actively doing and currently doing. And so he could definitely provide a lot of value with that. Yeah, Class C Dime. How long have you been a CRC if you're still here? That's definitely interesting. And I'm curious how many studies you work on, because a lot of times these CRCs have like 10, 15 studies that they work on. That is crazy. Okay. So Classy Dime says she's been a CRC for about 12 years and looking to move into a CRA role at a CRO. Okay. Classy Dime, have you started applying for CRA roles at CROs yet? Or is that something you're planning on doing in the future? And how soon are you looking to move into that CRA role? That's a pretty good topic. A lot of CRCs definitely, a lot of study coordinators definitely watch this channel and listen to this channel. So that's definitely some value we can provide here. Yeah, guys. So unfortunately, my guest is late / not coming tonight. So we have to reschedule this for another night. I just uploaded an episode. I got yelled at by a PI. And that was an interesting story. That was my first time being, yelled at by a PI. So you guys haven't watched that episode, you should definitely check it out. And this is kind of related to, being a CRC, because they do everything for the PIs. Okay, Classy Dime says she started applying to CROs 2 weeks ago. All right, I'm curious, how's that process going? 2 weeks is early in the application process, but for someone with 12 years of experience and looking to move into a CRA role, and this is actually interesting. Do you have a college degree as well, Classy Dime? Because I think that is definitely something that moving from a CRC role, even though you have the experience, to a CRA role, from a site level to the CRO level, that's something that could definitely be problematic, or definitely be very, very difficult if you don't have a college degree. I just thought about that because it's already difficult to move from the site level to the CRO level, or it can be difficult. Okay, yeah. So we got a master's as well and a BHS. Okay, good. Have you had any luck so far with getting into the CROs, Classy Dime? Have you had any callbacks or anybody reach out? Obviously I always think CRCs make the best CRAs, and, they have these programs and stuff that come out for, for CRCs, really CRCs, and people, sometimes they do it for people with no experience, but I find it most of the times they do it for people that are CRCs to really go ahead and get into the industry from the CRO level and CRA level. So we know Classy Dime. Yeah, so this is the first time doing it at 8 p.m. We'll see if anybody else joins. So we got one person in the room. It's showing. Before I've done them at 7 p.m. And 7 p.m. has worked out pretty good. I don't know if 8 p.m. is too late. People are already watching shows and doing whatever they got to do at night. So do we got anybody else? Nope. One person in the room. Let's see what else we got. Now we got two people. So Classy Dime says she's applying for CRA academies because you don't have CRA experience. Okay. So, and I think you mean CRA training academies, right, Classy Dime? So a lot of times these CROs will have these CRA training academies where, even people internally have to do them as well, but definitely people externally, especially from CRCs, and they'll train you in 3 to 6 months on how to be a CRA. And, it's a great way to get in the industry and one of the best ways to get in the industry, actually. I would recommend also applying for non-academies because sometimes they will give you a chance because you are a CRC. So don't just apply for the academies. I don't know where you're based out of. If you want to say where you're based out of, Classy Don, or if you're or if you don't, that's cool too. Maybe you can just say the state. But CRAs don't really need to be in a particular city. They just need to be close to an airport. South Carolina. Okay, great. Wow, you're just right outside of the Research Triangle. That's where all the jobs are, but you should be fine. Maybe you're in Rock Hill. I've got a site in Rock Hill. Okay, South Carolina. Yeah, I would definitely look for, one of my favorite hacks is to look for, and I'm just going to give you as much game as possible, Classy Don, because you're the only one in the building right now. One of my favorite hacks to do is look up all the CROs or all the pharma companies in your area or town, and there'll be a list of those. Oh, Charleston. Okay. Do you work at MUSC? Because I go down there and monitor all the time. That's one of my sites. And, they're really great there. Charleston. Oh, she does work there. Okay. Maybe we might have bumped into each other in the hallway or something while I've been down there. Going down there in May, actually. End of May, early June. So that should be fun. Yeah, Charleston's a great city. One of my favorite places. Food's fantastic too. But I'm not really sure how their CROs, if there's a bunch of CROs there and pharma companies there. But anyway, you should need that. Need them to actually be there. But I would look at, the pharma companies online, top pharma companies in the South Carolina or North Carolina area. Look at the list of those and then apply to their CRA 1 positions, or just apply for their CRA positions. You can be really, really aggressive. You're going to get callbacks, and then you want to just talk up your clinical research experience, your clinical research coordinator experience. That's what I would do. You don't necessarily need a program. You can do it. You can do it without a program, and don't just limit yourself to CROs. I would look at biotechs as well and pharma companies as well. So don't just limit yourself to CROs because they keep consolidating with each other. So there's only 3, 4, big ones, and then there's a bunch of small ones. So I wouldn't just limit yourself to those big 4. And those are the ones with the training programs. But the other ones will train you as a CRA if they like you and your experience. So you could definitely do it. All right, we got 3 people in the building. So guys, drop your questions down below if you got questions. Drop your questions down below. We are talking about going from being a CRC to a CRA with Classy Dime. Classy Dime has informed us she's been a CRC for 12 years. She's got a bachelor's and a master's degree. And she's doing her thing. She's applying right now to be a CRA at CROs, and hopefully she is able to secure that pretty soon. Let's see what else she says. Anyone else got any questions? Anybody else got any questions? Anybody else got any more questions? Classy Dime says, should we list therapeutic areas on your resume? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a few ways you can do it. I, of course, go over this during my resume review program. So if you want me to do it for your resume and tell you how to improve it to put your best foot forward, I would email me at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. A lot of times with my resume review program, people get irritated because it's paid, but I mean, because you have to pay for it. Well, not irritated, but you know, they are shocked in some sense that you have to pay for it. Like, wow, you're not going to do this for free? But anyway, the jobs that you're applying for, that's a 100K job. I mean, maybe not your first year, you're not going to make that, but after your first year, you have access to making 100K at least if you want to. And if you count the benefits and the perks and stuff like that, you're well over 100K. You're well over 100K. The points and not having to spend money for your own personal travel and stuff like that, you're well over 100K. So yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to invest a little bit to improve your chances to get the jobs that you guys want. And that's something I've been doing a lot better at over the past year or 2 years to pay. It's really the cheat code and shortcut to get in front of the line. So let everyone else struggle. You don't have to struggle. You can get the expertise and go right to the front of the line. Anyway, back to her question. Should we list therapeutic areas on your resume? Yes, you should. There's a few ways to do it. If you only have a few, you can do it in your professional summary. You can mention it, as well as under which job those therapeutic areas were in. You would say, like, did a study in diabetes or something like that, as an example. Some people with a lot of therapeutic areas, your study coordinator, you probably have a lot of different experience, unless you are only working in one specific area. But a lot of times they have a bunch of different studies. Then you can make a chart on your resume, which will have the different studies that you've done with the different therapeutic areas that you're familiar with. So, yeah. Let's see. Good question, Classy Don. Very good question. Yeah, I think no matter how many therapeutic areas you have, you should definitely list some, just to show your experience. Because again, you're trying to demonstrate that you are experienced in this field, because this is an experience-based field. And normally the amount of degrees you have, master's, PhD, all that stuff, it really doesn't matter for this field as long as you got the basics. I know people without degrees who are CRAs. Now it's going to be more hard work to get there, but it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible to do. So that's definitely something to think about. It's very experience-based. And good thing, Classy Dime, you got tons of experience. So you should definitely, if you play your cards right, you should definitely be able to get a CRA position. And, really, I'm sure your resume is fine. What you want to do for these jobs is really take the standard language that they give you to do these jobs, put that on your resume. It's going to have all the GCP, it's going to have all the keywords on it, pretty much. So I would do that. And then the next part is strategy. Resume is only half. The other half is strategy. You could be sitting there applying to the same three CROs and never get a job, but you could apply to a small biotech who's willing to give you a chance. And then next thing you know, you're in the game, you're a CRA. And then once you have experience, you're off to the races. You can go work for anybody, everywhere, anytime, any place. So that's what's good. All right. So just received word from our special guest. He said he had an emergency take place. So guys, we're going to do this again. I'm actually shocked because, I know him personally. He's a good friend of mine. And we had a cool story to kind of share tonight. So I actually recently ran into him in the airport as well, but I'll let him tell that story when he finally gets on. Hopefully next week or something, we'll get him back on. So I just want to do a little something just because, I've been advertising this all week. So I'm going to take a few more questions. We got 3 people in the building. Go ahead and drop your questions, guys. Go ahead, drop your questions, guys. Go ahead and drop your questions. Let's see what else we got coming up. There's one person I want to interview. I don't know if you guys checked out my last interview with Dr. Wilson. He's from the UK. So that's for my international audience because, we international over here, guys. Most of the audience, I would say, is from USA, probably like 60%, but the rest of it is definitely overseas. So we got a huge audience in India, huge audience in Britain as well, Australia. So really we're overseas, we're international and growing. But if you guys aren't familiar with how clinical trials are run and internationally, that's definitely a good interview. I would definitely go watch. Dr. Wilson definitely, dropped a lot of gems. We talked a lot about patient recruitment. He's the CEO of this company called UMed, so I would definitely check that one out. It's really dope. Really, really dope. Anybody else got any questions? Classy Dime, you got anything else? Let's see what else. Classy Dime says she's going to email me. All right. So if anyone else has any questions, they want to email me, eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Guys, I have videos coming. Don't think just because I haven't uploaded, actual videos in a while. I've been doing these live streams. I haven't been making them. I've been making them, just haven't had a chance to upload them. So hopefully you're going to be able to do some consistent uploading. Well, I actually just uploaded a video yesterday. So yeah, check them out, guys. And don't think that the videos that have come out years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago are no longer applicable. They're actually very applicable still. Not much changes year to year. But if we look back, 10 years from now, a lot of things might have changed. Classy Dime says, thanks for your advice in time. Thanks for your advice in time. All right, guys, there's only one person in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and close it. So thank you. Thank you, everyone who showed up tonight. We don't have any more questions, do we? We got 2 people in the chat. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and close it. Thank you guys for showing up. I'm going to change the title of this on YouTube. And actually, can I change it right now? Let's see if I can change it. Okay. We're just going to do live Q&A. I'm going to save that. Oh, can't change it now. We'll have to change it on YouTube. All right. Thanks, guys. Talk to y'all later.